Hello, good evening, everybody. Come on in. How's your week been? It's been a minute. It's been a full weekend for our crew. I thought I would give you a little show of my bathroom here. Yes, here I am, filming from my bathroom because it's the quiet space right now. Come on in, everybody. Welcome to me in my bathroom, talking about anxiety. It's only appropriate that we hide in here while we talk about it. Okay, guys, come on in. Hi, Aunt Sue and my other friend Sue and Wendy and Charity and Gail. And hi, Elvira. Do you ever hang out in your bathroom just to get a little quiet? I have a child knocking at the door. Yes. Hello. What's up? Huh? What do you need? What? I'm doing my show.
Really?
Yes, I'll see you in a little bit, unless you want to be a special guest on the show.
I'll be a special guest.
Do you want to be a special guest? Do you know what the topic is, though?
No.
We're talking about kids and when they have anxiety.
Has anxiety.
Like stressed out feeling. Do you have any tips that you would want to share to help you like get calm in a situation? You don't know? Okay. All right. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay. Goodbye. So, kids and anxiety. It's always going to be there. It's not an issue that's going away. I definitely don't have it mastered or figured out, but I thought I would just kind of jump on and share a little bit about the scope of kind of different bouts with anxiety, how the males handle it versus the female, how I've tried to break it down for them in their little kid language. Well, hi there. What are you up to? For tomorrow? Okay, Dad put some in the laundry. So I'll come talk to you when it's lights out, okay?
Okay.
All right, did you find a shirt? Yeah. Okay. So you're right, Elvira, they always find you. And they are putting their clothes out. Remember how I told you like 2 weeks ago when we were talking about systems and how I wanted to start introducing some new things. One of them was them setting their clothes out at night so that they can like get ready better on their own and be a little bit more independent. So that's one thing that we've been doing for I think a week now, maybe 2 weeks, and it's been really successful. So only problem is you gotta really be up on the laundry in order to make sure they have everything they need. Hello, everybody that's just joining us. I'm in my bathroom. Oops, can you see that? It's like a nautical theme. Yes. Okay. So kids and anxiety. 6 kids. We have different ones in counseling right now for different reasons. Silas and Sophia both are dealing just with issues with their dad. So their anxiety is different, not necessarily related to their family situation or even the transition here. I would say Sophia's anxiety, being a girl, she struggles a little bit more with like the friendships and the kind of the peacekeeping between her friends. So she's very concerned about everyone being okay and emotions are right, and this one was fighting with this one and they all wanted to be best friends with me, and so I don't know what to do. So there's a lot of times that she'll express those things to me at home, and so she'll say like, I don't know what to do, what should I say? This one, she was upset, and so that causes a little bit of a stir in her. Sometimes if the older boys are fighting a lot or it's loud when they go to bed, like she'll have a little bit of like, I don't know what's gonna happen, what if I can't sleep tonight? Recently they took the New York State test, so she has had a lot of anxiousness about that. And I don't know if it's because the school or the teachers are talking about it more, and so then it's like self-perpetuating, or because she usually doesn't have a lot of anxiety with test taking. So that's kind of where she's at. Silas's anxiety is a little bit more about related to routine. So he is a little more anxious when he doesn't have the full picture of what's happening or if plans change. So I don't know how much of that is related to just his personality or his ADHD. If you haven't really followed our story, he had a diagnosis last summer. He actually should have had it a long time ago, but somehow we made it to 10 years old. Not that we've not worked on it. We just didn't have like the right combo of professionals at the table to kind of like link all the things that were happening. So his anxiety is really more in relation to structure, routine, having things planned out, and really, I'm sorry, this is repetitive, when plans change, you know. So how long are we going? How long is it going to take to get there? Well, what do I need to bring? And what do I need to do? And who's going to be there? And he'll get really amped up about that. He was very concerned about he's in 5th grade this year, so he was really concerned about the New York State tests this year, more so than when he was in 3rd grade. I don't know why. But usually he's okay, you know, with school stuff. So I don't know. That was just kind of like a weird thing. I don't know what that was about. The other boys, sometimes one of them is a little bit more nervous to be alone for certain things. Like, let's say alone upstairs, like if nobody else is up there. So that causes, you know, like a lot of anxiety for him. So sometimes he'll lag behind getting ready because I can kind of tell he's waiting to see if somebody else goes up there. Littlest one, Jax, is pretty happy-go-lucky. Kind of just like goes with the flow with things. I think teenagers, you know, I would say most of the anxiety has to do with just school and those kind of pressures, and you know, they're able to talk about those things a little bit more, but everybody kind of handles it differently. In our house, we've got some that kind of stuff things, and then we've got some that explode. So typically in the past, I've been more of an exploder, but I think that was due to my circumstances and my just toxic nature of my household, and just being really, I don't know if I want to use the word oppressed, because I feel like that might be too strong, but it was definitely restricted in a lot of ways. If you don't know my story, you can certainly go to my blog, michellestockton.com, to get a little more info on that. But anyways, so we've got some that kind of stuff, some that explode. I use a lot of principles from Lisa TerKeurst's book, Unglued, in terms of this, and she'll give you a little assessment so you can kind of tell, like, I think she narrowed it down to like 3 or 4. Like, are you do you suppress? Do you explode? There was like a couple other different kind of like descriptors. But she also says a quote that I use all the time with the kids, like, emotions are indicators, not dictators. So emotions cannot or should not dictate how you respond. They're indicators. It's like a yellow light, a warning light that goes off that says, okay, something's not right. I feel off. I feel certain emotions, and those emotions are indicators to us about something else that's going on inside. So typically, and I was always taught this like through my own counseling, in relation to just kind of bringing my two along this crazy journey that we were on, just to speak to them in age appropriate truth. So a lot of times I will just you know, kind of break those things down to them, even though they're kind of big concepts. One thing that I tell them all the time is that Satan is a liar, and that he only has one trick, and he lies, and he's not very creative, and he's not very smart that way, and he just uses the same one over and over and over, and he lies. And so sometimes when they have that fear or that anxiousness, or let's just even say some type of big emotion, I usually try to get right to truth, because that combats a lie, right? Okay, so what does that look like? Let's say Sophia comes home and says, so-and-so said they didn't like my outfit today, or whatever. And I'll start by saying, okay, well, do you like your outfit? Well, yeah. Okay, so does it matter what they say? Well, I guess not. Okay, well, if you like it and you want to wear it, then you wear it. Or let's say somebody says something about, hurting my feelings, or they called me stupid. Okay, well, are you stupid? No, I'm not stupid. Okay, well, I don't think you're stupid. God didn't make you stupid. So it's not even true. So you don't have to believe it. And so I kind of just break it down for them in those terms. Like, is it true? And then we have the choice to kind of accept that or not accept it. So typically I'll do that. Sometimes when the anxiety is really bad, let's say for Silas at sometimes, and this is going back a little bit, probably to a year or so ago, when he would have more of like panic attacks and things. I don't know if you're, kind of where your kids, if you have kids and, if they struggle with these things, or kind of where they are on the continuum. But I think I was reading an article and it said, to help that, because so many times they're like irrational fears, like let's say like the boogeyman or somebody's in my closet. Like, it's still a very rational fear, like, oh, you don't have to worry about that, don't worry, and how that's not almost like grounding enough for them. Like, I'm not a psychologist, I do not pretend to be one, but I try to just give them proof and evidence and something like tangible. So like, you're safe. Usually when they get into a whole fit, like I'll start with like, you're safe. I'm right here with you. I love you. We're going to get through this. I try not to say like, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Like, I try not to do that. I think like it's just easy to do because we're the adults and we know that they're not in danger. We know that they're not, nothing's crazy is going to happen. We know, that it will be okay. But they don't, like, they just don't have the ability to work that way. And so I often start with things that are true. What else was I going to say about that? Sorry, I did not have time, to write my notes down. I knew I wanted to talk about this tonight. But I just, we kind of had a little crazy day. I work part-time when I'm only in the office 3 days a week, but, yeah, when they get off the bus, I'm on. It's like I'm at my second job and I'm just like running the machine. Do you guys have any questions? I don't know. I kind of just share a little bit more from my perspective of like how I do things. Not saying it's the only way by any means, but just kind of things that I've learned along the way that seem to be working. I cannot see the comments. Let's see here. Okay, other people are in. Hi guys. Alrighty. Sorry if it was skipping a little bit there. I don't know what's going on with that. Sometimes they just need a hug, Sometimes just that that physical touch and that proximity is really helpful too. Like when they're feeling afraid, sometimes when I'm stressed out, I just ask my husband, like, can I just have a hug right now? Like, I just need to kind of have a moment, like reset and, just kind of have that grounding. So no questions. I'm still in my bathroom. I haven't heard hide nor hair of anybody else, so I should probably check to see. They're about ready to go to Lights Out. I try to keep these to like about 20 minutes. I know last week was really long. If you didn't get a chance to go watch that with our guests and our friends, the Stevens, it was such a good conversation, and it's just always something that we come back to. It's just part of just our community. It's just part of living life with other people who don't look like us, and and all that. So go back and watch that. I'm trying to figure out how to save these so that I can add them to the blog. But I have not figured that out yet. So if you have any other ideas for topics, you can go ahead and write them on there. You're always welcome to kind of like share. I tried to make the one public last week so that you could share some of that too. And I think that's all I got. But it's a quick one tonight because I got to go figure out what's going on in the rest of this household here. And I might have some coffee before bed so I can settle down and have some time talking to Scott. So, all right, you guys, I hope you have a really good week. I hope that you love on your kiddos and hug them tight, and just work on kind of chatting with them, giving them language to talk about their emotions and talk about the things that bother them. Sometimes the nighttime is the best time for that because you're reflecting on the day. Like, was there anything that made you nervous today? Was there anything that scared you? Was there anything, those kind of things. There's all sorts of variations on that, and like what was your high and what was your low and all of that. But I tell you what, the more that I worked with specifically Silas and Sophia about language and talking about certain things, it has really paid dividends, especially just in trying to keep that communication open, because I do feel like they're at a place even at 3rd grade and 5th grade where they will tell me anything, right? And you want to be able to keep that going. So, all right, all the mamas and the papas and dads and the grandparents out there, you guys are doing an awesome job, and I will see you next week on Spin Cycle. Hopefully something was helpful tonight and you won't get stuck doing the same thing over and over. We got to get out of that spin cycle, right? Have an awesome night.